Yesterday, Georgia State Senator Matt Brass lied to Georgians about whether legislation he was offering would protect them from data center costs on their utility bills, and then attacked me personally on the Senate floor. I'm going to show you his side and my side and let you decide who's telling the truth.
Today I bring you SB 410. That intent is to ensure our ratepayers will not pay for upgrades and infrastructure for data centers.
Notice the heavy use of the word intent. I intend to exercise today, but if I get busy, I'm probably not going to do it. Now, because the bill doesn't actually say that, he then explains what the bill does.
The original 410 did away with the sales tax exemption on equipment for data centers, and we have left their sunsets in place. It ends in 2031.
I don't know about you, but I sure would like to buy a laptop or an iPhone and not have to pay any sales tax on that equipment.
But again, I go back to the intent.
Are you sick of the word intent yet?
The intent of the General Assembly that the marginal cost of providing electric service to new large load customers.
Okay, this is bad. Most people don't know what the marginal cost of energy means. When you pull out of your driveway and you drive 1 mile, that is the marginal cost of driving that car. It is a fraction of what it costs you to buy that car. The additional mile that you drive might cost you $1. It might cost you 50 cents. It depends on how much gas costs. But it is a tiny, tiny bit of the cost of the car.
We do not want ratepayers paying for the cost of data centers.
Now he starts getting questioned and challenged by other senators, and that's when he gets mad, and that's when he attacks me.
Senator, is it true that language that is not in the code is not actually a part of the law?
That is correct.
These are words that express intent, but they are not actually things that are codified. Is that not true?
You're exactly right. They will not be in the code section. They will be in the notes. But we have an obligation to protect our ratepayers, and this bill does that. And you can listen to some lady who got caught stealing trade secrets.
Well, that went downhill fast.
And she's insane. She is literally insane.
When someone can't defend their policy, they go on the attack.
And she belongs in jail. But if you want to listen to her, you listen to her.
In October, I picked up a notebook off a table in the Public Service Commission hearing. I wanted to know what the actual cost is of data centers in Georgia for the grid expansion. Georgia Power was only disclosing that it would cost $16 billion. So I took a notebook that was unattended. It turned out it was a trade secret notebook, and that was a felony, and I was arrested. However, the DA decided not to indict me because Georgia Power admitted that most of the redactions in that notebook were not secret. And furthermore, they didn't secure it properly. So even if it was a trade secret, they could not justify charging me with a crime for taking a notebook laying around. He does get pushback for that kind of behavior on the Senate floor.
Isn't it true that we are very careful in this body to not speak disparagingly of people, and that there is a sanctity of that well that really does demand that we not speak in ways and call people insane? Is that not true, Senator?
It just, people back home need to understand who this person is.
And who am I, Senator? I get that he doesn't want to be criticized for what he's doing to the people of Georgia with data centers. I have an MBA from the College of William & Mary, one of the best colleges in the United States. And I have a 10-year career running an energy nonprofit. And I have no dog in this race. I don't have any investments in data centers. I don't take money from utilities. I run a nonprofit called Georgians for Affordable Energy, and I'm trying to bring about desperately needed reform in Georgia.
There is no protection for the consumers. When you look at the cost, this sheet right here, every single line is redacted, except one number at the bottom, $16 billion. I don't know why we don't make this stronger and codify it into law.
I've attended countless town hall meetings, and I can tell you that I've not heard a single constituent say, what is the intent of the legislature? What my constituents are concerned about is, what about the air and the noise and the water pollution from these data centers?
None of which was addressed in this legislation. And since Senator Brass seems to think discrediting me will strengthen the bill, let's hear from Senator Parent about what's going on with this bill.
What happened with Vogel? At least twice the cost, and everyone's bills have gone up a lot because of Vogel. But here's what happened. I was here, and there was testimony. When they built 1 and 2, the whole thing went off the rails, and it cost a ton of money, and the customers paid for most of it. But they claimed that would not happen again. What happened? It happened again. And that is what is going on now. They are planning to build an enormous amount of new power plants that will cost all in to build $50 to $60 billion. No one was even talking about this stuff 3 years ago. And now we are literally doubling the size of our grid. The public needs to understand what is going on here, and what is going on is that the majority is too terrified to tell Georgia Power no.
Let's close with Senator Howard's characterization of Senator Brass.
What a performance. The powerful among us act like we did everything that we could do. Our intentions are right here.
After the speeches were done, there was a vote taken and the bill passed. I'm going to let Senator Brass have the last word. And I would love to know who you think is telling the truth in the comments. And don't forget, there is an election for Senator Brass on November 3rd.
She belongs in jail, and she's insane. She is literally insane.